This game is funnily looking like too much defense. Sounds like Melty Blood. We'll see what it's actually like though when it comes out, you know. I mean, it's hard to say based on the early footage. If this game actually ends up low damage with good defense, it's gonna be really funny. Sort of the opposite mood swing in the other direction than what we were just dealing with. Speaking of which, with Melty is such an exciting time. I feel like we have this conversation whenever a new fighting game comes out, but this is just a fun thing to talk about because Guilty Gear Strive just came out. Like, Guilty Gear Strive is not a very old game. And one of the big things that I'm excited for are people who just picked up Strive. Like, the Strive is their first fighting game. They don't know much about fighting games. They picked up Strive. They're trying it. They're in there. And then they go to Melty Blood because, one, you are going to be like, oh, when everybody was saying Guilty Gear Strive is the only fighting game like this or like that, or this guy's just mashing, or everybody's just doing this, or this is dumb, or that's dumb, like, I'm beginning to understand this is just like what all the games are like. Okay, well, my bad. The other thing is that when you learn a new fighting game, you will definitely feel like you'll be picking things up quicker. You'll be like, oh yeah, this makes more sense. I learned about how to do this in Guilty Gear. I learned combos. I learned this. I learned that. Cool. So you'll be like, you know, you'll be feeling good in that sense. However, when a new game comes out, you're also going to get beat up. It's just going to be the natural thing that happens. You're going to be like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know who this character is. Is that a throw? Is that an overhead? What is that, a low? Is that on block? What did I just get hit by? What's happening? What does this character do? What is the system mechanics? What's a heat? Where the fuck is Hime? Who's the Hime? You're going to be so confused. I just want you to understand that when a new game comes out, you have all these struggles and woes that you have to deal with all the time. It's like, I don't know what any of the characters do. I don't know what the system mechanics do. I don't know how to do my character's combos and move around. And I'm going to be so like confused about movement, punishes. Is that safe? Is that unsafe? You're going to be fighting someone thinking like, oh man, that move right there, that move's like, it looks so negative. It's got to be like -10, -15, -20. This thing looks so bad. It's like +20. You're like, what? How is that move plus? And then you're just dead. Some character is going to be like called early top 5 best character in the game, and it's going to turn out they're not that good. Some character is going to be like, this character's trash, garbage, not good, for real, and then they're going to turn out to be hella good. And it's just, it's all the same things that happen in literally every fighting game ever. It's such a normal circumstance, and it's so common to just like get beat up when a new game comes out and not know what's happening. Your like muscle memory and your understanding of the game are just not going to be there when you first start. Everything that was easy for you to do in any other fighting game, like, you know, you just picked up Strive, you're like, yeah, I can do all my characters' combos, I can move around, I know all the Gatlings, I know all this and that. When you pick up Melty, all that's going to be gone. You're going to be brand new, like what button goes into which button now, and what's my jump button, and what do I air to air with, and what's my combo button. All of that's going to be gone, and you have to learn that in the same kind of way that you learned it the first time for Strive or whatever other fighting game it was. And you might play this game and be like, I hate it here. This game sucks. I'm out of here. And you might just scram and go play something else. You might play it for a while, think it's fun, and then bounce off it, or you might just love it. This game might really stick to you in a way that you don't expect, and you're just like, hell yeah, this is super tight, and this is what I'm going to keep playing. Expect to have a bit of a struggle when you first start in a lot of ways, whether it's movement or the pace of the game, the damage, the offense in the game, understanding the defense of it, doing combos. Some people just can't do combos. They're like, yeah, I do all these like one frame super difficult links in other games, but then in Marvel, if I have to do like jump H, double jump cancel H, I just die. I can't do it. I can't do a jump cancel combo. Some people are like that. They're not used to the execution. The game they come from doesn't have that kind of execution. So when they go to a game that does have it, they're like, what the fuck is this? All these people who have never played fighting game besides Strive before, they're gonna like jump into Melty Blood so fresh, which is so cool. Most of the time, fighting games, especially like big releases, are kind of like a little bit more spread out. It's very rare that they get caught up in this way, but it is cool to see that, especially because this game will come out and then obviously KOF is next year, early next year, so they might give it a spin. And then same thing with the Nickelodeon. Dude, that Nick game, personally, I don't have any expectation of playing it serious at all. I plan on just trying it out and having fun. That game is gonna be a fucking hoot. You know how sick it's gonna be to see Cat Dog twerking on people in my timeline, and like people are mad. They're like, dude, Danny Phantom is for fucking scrubs, and they're gonna say some bigoted shit about Danny Phantom. I can't wait. Like just seeing Leffen making the tier list, I have such a big smile on my face because I'm just imagining him being like, Donatello is so broken. Like Helga is the most broken character. This character, you can't do anything about that. Like, Nigel Thornberry is just out here fucking mashing these fucking brain dead cat dog players, and I'm just gonna be crying laughing. I just want you all to know that everybody's gonna be so mad all the time.
Listen.
Finally, Melty Blood's like, all right, we're gonna drop a sick character. They did it. This game has one playable character now. There's always gonna be a great divide. There's so many people who are like, where's Moku Jin? Who cares about Akuma? Meanwhile, so many people have come to my chat today and said, I'm gonna now buy Melty Blood because of Saber. This shit, you know how the Fexel players felt? I picked Terry, and everybody was so pissed. They were all like, why don't you play any of our sick Fexel characters, you sick fuck? Why are you playing Terry? And I was like, because he's the coolest character. You know, they say time is a flat circle, you know?